Hey, what's up, guys? Well, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. I'm gonna hook you guys up with two plays in baseball. One of them I really like. The other one is a little bit questionable. I'm gonna break it down right here. I'm also gonna give you guys three batter props as well. So stay tuned for that. If this sounds good to you, let's ride. So let me get right into it, guys. Yesterday we had a 5-4 day, but even if we won more than we lost, as far as the numbers are, because of the odds, some of these odds are very high. So that's why it was. And one of the batters didn't bat, so that brought down the juice. Otherwise, it would have been a pretty much a break-even day. I'm going to break that down for you guys. Again, guys, stick around. I'm going to hook you guys up with two plays and three batter props as well. So if you want to get the edge on the sports books, make sure you subscribe as well if you're on YouTube. All right, let me get right into it, guys. The Mets at the end, I'm going to show you guys the home runs. It was Lindor. He came through. The Mets were actually at a 3-2 towards the end of the game. And then Lindor came through with a home run to bring it to 4-2. Otherwise, this would not have been covered. And this is important. The reason I'm pointing that out, it's important for today's play. I'm going to explain something. Okay, so then we had Joey Ortiz, which he actually had an under RBI, so that came through. As you can see, somebody did ask me about these odds. These odds are very high, but the under RBIs are hitting at such a high rate that it's worth it. So I've been hitting on these under RBIs. So has everybody else that's been placing them. Sometimes they don't hit, but the majority of the time they do hit, and it's worth paying the juice because it hits at such a high rate. We had Aaron Judge to get one hit. He actually had a home run, and it was two total hits. Lourdes Gurriel, I gave this guy away also yesterday. That hit. Also, guys, stay to the end of this. I'm gonna give you guys information on how to get 1 week free VIP at the end of this video. Aaron Judge, I doubled down right there, and the Mets. So, anyways, guys, it was 5 hits yesterday, 4 losses. The 4 losses were right here, which is we did have a parlay that lost. What the hell is this? It says, it was a first inning of 1 inning. They call them Nerfies. So we did a parlay for Nerfies, and that one lost. And then I had Sam Haggerty, which was ridiculous. The Texans had 5 runs, and this dude had 3 of those RBIs, which was crazy. And then Alec Bohm didn't come through, and then the Yankees shat the bed at the end. So anyways, guys, I'm being very honest with you guys. It's a 3-day losing streak. Right now it's been bad, but overall I'm going to run my numbers, and we're probably up about 35 units for the month. So I'm going to run through those numbers, not in this video, but overall I'm going to run the numbers later today or tomorrow, and for the month, and it should be solid, even though it was been a losing 3 days. So anyways, total 9 bets placed, risked 430, 5 won bets, 4 lost. I did make 102 profit on the wins, but then the 180 on the losses. So it was a total loss of $77, down 1.55 units. Let me close out this Discord. All right, guys. So if you guys like this sort of information, you want to get the edge on the books, I give you guys a lot of information. Make sure you subscribe, okay? So I already showed my notes. I showed you my plays, or I'm sorry, I showed you my recap. That was the total recap for yesterday. And like I said, it's important. I'm going to show you guys the Mets, but it's very, very it's a little bit iffy. Okay, so let me get into it here. So the Mets right here, you can see it started at a 450. Now this is for today's game, so keep aware of that. This is for today's game. They started at a 450. The number right here, 95 and 93, what that means is the percentage of the public money is coming in heavily, super, super heavily on the Mets. However, this line is shifting in the opposite direction, and it's a big shift. It's 50 cents of juice right here. So that's a dramatic difference. And what that tells you is that the sharp money is coming in on the Rockies. They respect the Rockies enough, even with this losing streak, even with the Sam Haggerty, or not Haggerty, what's his name? What the hell is his name? Santanella. And I'll get into those details, but check this out. The sharp money is respecting the Rockies. They're hammering them at this plus 350, and that's the reason this line is shifting downward. Okay, so just letting you know, the sharp money is coming in heavily on the Rockies. Okay, so then this is yesterday. We had them at a -1.5, and like I mentioned yesterday, the only reason they won 4-2 was because of a home run. Otherwise, they would have won 3-2, and we would have lost the bet because we had the Mets at a -1.5. All right, I hope that's making sense, guys. I'm not going to get into all these details. These are just the projections. 5.8 for the Mets. Rockies are at 3.9. This is just the average, or I'm sorry, the projection. You can see the last 5 games right here for the Rockies. They have not covered or they have not won. These are the 5 little circles right here. I mentioned this yesterday. Look at the record, 9-48. That's the worst record in over 124 years in baseball. Now you go to the Mets over here. They got a very good record, 35-22. They've covered the spread or won the game 4 out of the last 5 games. So these guys are doing very, very well compared to the Rockies. Now you look at these 2 pitchers here, Santanella versus Zenga. Zenga is much better. He got a 1.46 ERA. Compare that to Santanella. He's one of their worst pitchers over here at a 6.50 or 6.50 ERA. You can see the Mets crushed the hell out of Santanella right here. Well, not crazy, but look at all these batters have a over 1.0 OPS. Compare that to these guys. There's not a lot of data for Colorado versus Zenga. So that's actually going to be a decent pitching. Again, right here, this guy has a 1 win, 9 losses, 6.50 ERA. Now, here's where it gets a little interesting, and this is where it gets a little weird. So the line is shifting dramatically. I already showed you that. I went from 450 to 400. It's coming towards the Rockies. So the line is shifting in the favor of the Rockies, even though the pitcher sucks. So one of the major things that you have to pay attention to is I said this yesterday. The Rockies, when they're losing, they're not losing by much. They've been keeping these games very close. You can see the loss. They've lost 5 in a row, but they lost 4-5 or 5-4 or 4-5, however you want to look at that. And then over here you got they lost 1-3. And then over here they lost 3-4. And then over here they lost 1-2. And then over here 2-4. So they've only been losing between 1 and 2 runs. Okay. Sometimes 1 run. Even yesterday, they like I mentioned, they lost by 1 run. Okay. So they're covering the spread is what I'm trying to say here. And I was looking at doing something called fading, or not fading the public, but basically I was going to go with I actually did a half a unit. Do not follow me on this. I'm doing a test here, but it's called a contrarian play. So I did a half a unit on the +2.5 on the Rockies just because I want to track it. But I'm not putting that out there as a play. So don't follow that one. All right, guys. So let me tell you again. This is the
5 on this homestand. His batting average down to 269. Gore gets under one deep left
right there in the
center.
bottom of the
Back
first.
Gap goes back near the wall. He leaps and it's out.
Okay, and then this guy over here again at the bottom of the 8th. He got another home run right there. Oh, that thing is dragging. Sorry about that. I guess it didn't play. So, anyways. Let me get right into this. So then last thing I'll talk about here before I get into the batters and the play for today, I do like the Blue Jays. I'm not going to get into all the details of the Blue Jays. There is a lot of information that I have, but I'm not going to get into all those details today. So I will tell you I'm going with the Blue Jays -1.5. So I'm hooking you guys up with that. The Dodgers, here's one of the little things that I skipped over yesterday, and it was very important. I did see it, and I ignored it. And then they for sure, the Yankees shot the bed here at the end. So they went against the Dodgers. You can see this home record here for the Dodgers are 27-10, 73%. And sure enough, they came back and won the game. They were down 5 to let me turn off my Wi-Fi. Give me a second. Is that better, guys? Was I chopping off? I'm not sure. Anyways, the reason I feel like this was one of the biggest reasons that the Yankees lost because of the bullpen and because the Dodgers are excellent at home. So let me get right into the batter props now. Make sure you like this, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoy this. If you like this, make sure you subscribe. These are my batter props for the under RBIs. These are not the final looks. I still have to go and confirm these, but these are the This is the way I get my the guy that works with me. He runs a bunch of scrapers, and then he filters them out, and then he gives me this list. This is not my final looks. If you want the final looks, I'm going to give them to you here for the 5 batter props. I thought it was 3. Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5 batter props. So I'm going to hook you guys up for the 5 batter props. I thought it was 3 for some reason. Anyways, don't quote me on these. These are going to be the under RBIs. I still have to go and confirm these. It might be 0 that come up from this, or it might be 2 or 3. I don't know yet. So don't quote me on these, okay? If you want I'm gonna throw out the free batter props. Make sure you go to the link in the description. Make sure you go to B Sports Picks. Also the pinned comment, and then you're gonna get the batter props. Okay, I'm gonna hook you guys up with 5 batter props for being on this live. Otherwise, I'm actually gonna cut off the video right here, and I am gonna say go to the link in the description to get the free batter props. So if you're here on this live, I'm gonna hook you up with the 5 batter props. So here we go. I'm not gonna get into all the details, guys. Maybe I will. Here we go. Pete Alonso, over 1 hit. He faces the bag between 4 and 5 times. He has faced this pitcher Santanella 11 times, and he's gotten 4 hits. That's an average of 3.64. So that's the first one is Pete Alonso. This dude is very, very, very heavily juiced. So what I did is I actually put them together with somebody else. I'm going to show you the batters. You guys can decide who you want to parlay them with, or if you want to do them single-handedly, whatever you want to do. Freddie Freeman is the other one, over 1 hit. You can see he's been very, very steady, especially in the last 5 games. He's gotten 2, 4, 5, 7, 10 hits in the last 5 games. That's insane. Overall, he goes to bat between 4 and 5 times. He's exceeded this line 6 straight games at home, and he's facing a pretty bad pitcher over here with Knack. So then we got Aaron Judge. Again, this dude, we had him yesterday to get 1 hit. He actually got 2 hits. We don't care about that. We just need him to get 1 hit. He faces the bag between 4 and 5 times. He's exceeded this line 18 straight games on the road. So I'm going to repeat that. Aaron Judge has exceeded 1 hit 18 out of his last 19 road games. There is no stats to compare. There is no stats to say what he has done against this pitcher. So meaning he has not faced this pitcher before, or at least this season. Paul Goldschmidt is the next guy to get 1 hit. He goes up to bat between 4 and 5 times against this guy. 7 straight games on the road he's gotten this, so he has not faced this pitcher either. And then Luis Garcia over here, this is probably one of the weaker ones, but I already placed it. 5 times, you can see he goes up to bat between almost 5 times every game in the last 5 games. He's exceeded this line 6 straight games on the road, and he's faced this pitcher 6 times, and he's gotten 2 hits, average of 3.33. All right, guys, so my plays for today, let me get into this. Give me a second. So my plays for today, the one I'm looking at as a contrarian play, do not quote me on this one. Do not go with this one. This is me just giving you what I was looking at, the stats and the data and the line move and all that stuff. I do like to. I'm going to test it as a contrarian play at a plus 2.5 for the Rockies. But my actual play, I'm doing half a unit for the minus 1.5 on the. Let me write these down. Actually, let me write these down for you guys. So I'm going to go with the Mets at a minus 1.5, but I'm doing only half a unit. Okay. Then I'm going with the Blue Jays at a minus 1 to bring down the juice. What I was actually thinking of doing was putting these together, which was the Mets money line and the Blue Jays at a plus 1.5. But I didn't want to mix and match them, especially all the contrarian stuff that I was telling you about the Rockies, all that stuff. So I didn't want to mix and match anything like that. So my 2 plays that I'm hooking you guys up with, I'm going half a unit on the Mets 1.5, and I'm going with the Blue Jays minus 1. Those are going to be single. All right. Then I got Pete Alonso, 1 hit. Freddie Freeman, 1 hit. Aaron Judge, 1 hit. Paul Goldschmidt, 1 hit. And Luis Garcia, 1 hit. If you guys like this sort of information, man, make sure you comment, Make sure you like this. Make sure you subscribe. Also, I'm going to throw in the free batter props inside the free channel. So go to the link in the description and click on free, and then you'll get the batter props right there. I don't see any comments. Let me know if you have any questions. Now, for the chance to get 1 week free VIP, whenever I post this video, not on the live, but on the video itself, make sure you comment. I'm going to pick a random comment, and I'm going to hook it up for 1 week. I think a lot of people were really liking that. We did have a lot of people take advantage of that. So it's a $50 value. Make sure you take advantage of that when I post a video later today. Comment. Let me know if you're fading this, if you like this, if you don't like it, if you like the batters, whatever you want to say, it doesn't matter. Just put it in there. Let me know what you think, and then we can go from there, guys. Let's break this losing streak. It's a 3-day losing streak. Overall, the month was very, very, very good. I did say like there was regression coming, and sure enough, it came. And let's get over it today, guys. All right, thanks, man. Let's have a great day.